How do I handle a big loss? Listen, after a big loss, you are to simply detach from the market. I suggest go ahead and take at least 3 days away from the market entirely. Don't even look at it, don't even think about it. Focus mostly on other revenues or other streams of income that you can start to put in play. Okay. Because what's going to happen is as money continues to flow and you decide to get back into the market, when you do become profitable again, you are then able to maximize your business opportunities in the meantime. Okay. We're not simply saying don't trade and stay idle. We're saying still use your energy, your brain juices, your mental capital to find other ways of income so that as you do get back into the market, you can then supplement those ideas. All right, guys. That's how I would say you handle a big loss. Take those 3 days away from the market. Make sure that you are not trading the very following day. Okay. That's probably the biggest thing I would say. Do not trade the following day. I would say at least take a day away from the market. I would require that. Okay. I would recommend it. And I would also require it. Take at least a full 24 hours away from the market because here's what happens. When you take a big loss one day, the very next day you get into the market hoping and believing that you can now recuperate bit off of the losses that you lost the previous day. You're then over leveraged. You're then irrational about your decision making between either taking profit or your stop loss being set. And then you end up losing even more money. Okay. Typically, I've seen with new traders, when they have their first big loss, it is then coupled right afterwards with a bigger loss than the first time. Okay. And it's specifically because of what I just mentioned. We're over leveraging, trying to recuperate losses from before. Remember that this is a journey and we need to be patient. Even if you do incur a big loss, it is still possible for you to regain your losses or to recuperate off of your losses, but you have to be rational in your understanding of how you're going to be able to accomplish that. If you know that you've taken, let's say, a $2,000 loss, but you average $300 a day in the market, then simply give yourself the idea that, okay, after 7 trading days, if I do 7 times 300, I would then recuperate my 2,100 back. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Your expenses are not running anywhere. That's the funny part about it. We're so quick and hasty to try to become a millionaire today, that our expenses are not really running anywhere. For the most part, most of our expenses have essentially been the same amount for years and years and years. All that needs to change for us is we just need to make more money, period. We don't have a generational wealth problem. We have a poverty problem usually when we're thinking about how we don't have enough money for the different things that we're doing. All right? So we just simply need to just make more money. We simply just need to make more money. Period. All right, let's go to the next slide. The only successful traders are the ones that don't quit. Okay? The only successful traders are the ones that don't quit. Guess what? If you have not quit as a trader, that means you're successful. That's the definition of what it means to be a successful trader when you don't quit. Because guess what? The most successful traders I know that are making the most money, they decided that they're not going to quit. That's the only reason why they are big traders. It makes perfect sense. Okay. The only way you don't become profitable is if you quit, is if you don't keep going. So we need to remember and take heed to that. If you take a big loss after a week, that doesn't mean that option trading is not for you. That just means that there's more work that needs to be done for you to get in a better situation to become a hyper profitable trader. Here's the deal, guys. Options trading is the highest income skill set that you can have here in this present day, especially considering that you can literally do it from anywhere in the world as long as you have a computer and Wi Fi in your brokerage account. Okay. This is a skill set you need. Okay. This is a skill set you have to pass down. It is not going to benefit you to look at this and say you quit. Okay. At the end of the day, there's time and effort and energy that's going to be necessary for you to put in. But guess what? your reward is infinite because you now have a skill set that anytime you have any amount of money in your hand, you know how to multiply it. Do you know how fascinating that is? Any amount of money in your hand, there is a median in which you know how to multiply it literally the very following day, or at least within 2 or 3 business days. This is a skill set you need to have. It is not going to benefit you to quit. If you quit, you are never going to get to where you need to go. You have to hold on, continue to get through these videos, and decide to implement something from a day to day perspective. All right.